Them Damn Mexicans presents TDM Talk.
Hey, what's up, everybody, man? Thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of TDM Talk. I'm your host, David, of Them Damn Mexicans.
This is Melissa.
As y'all know, man, we partnered up and we're coming together, man. So make sure y'all hit that old subscribe button. It's free. You just hit the subscribe button and continue to check us out, man. We're dropping every week. Shout out to our viewers and our listeners in UK and in Canada, man. You guys are the best, man. We're going worldwide. I think we got one from Africa or something like that the other day, so...
top security of the world, Craig.
Yeah, not just the city, the world, Craig.
Yes, that's the goal, the world.
So what's up? How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to work. Thank you guys, man. We just hit 90,000 views on YouTube, so we appreciate all of you guys that watch. That's such a blessing. So
90,000.
90,000.
That's so badass. How's the journey been?
Man, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I want to say tough because there's days where you look, and I'm such a numbers person, and I'm always looking at did anybody watch this episode, and this, and then when you don't see it moving, you're like, damn, do I suck? Or, but to see these numbers and to see it gradually grow. And then the last couple of weeks, it has been tough because of the storm. I know people didn't have power, so people weren't really thinking necessarily, well, let me go watch TDM Talk.
Yeah, exactly. For Houston, right? Houston was feeling that, but man, the goal is to get worldwide one day. So regardless of what the situation that's going on, you know what I mean? We'll still have followers. We'll have people subscribing and watching us. It's up. It's up from here.
And then you got to think, like you said, we have viewers and people that listen to us from all over the country and all over the world now, just about. And so we got to keep going, like, because, we tend to think about our core audience, which is, like you said, Houston, and it's like, well, there's other people out there too.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you.
But Houston shows a lot of love, man. That's where it's at. The home where home is. Yes.
H-Town, man. Shout out to the Astros. They won the day.
Ooh, woo.
And finally, they had lost the first two games to the A's, and I was mad because the A's are like in last place. How we losing to them?
Man, we have our good days, we have our bad days, but they won. That's all that matters. What was the score?
Like 8-2, I think.
8-2. Yeah. Wow.
Had an early game, but
yeah.
they did their thing. So
that's cool.
First place, man. I think we're still in first place. So.
Yeah. Man, we should take TDM Talk one day to the Astros game or a Texans game.
That would be
I need
crazy.
to take you to go tailgating with my cousin one day.
The ones that were at the Humble thing?
Yes.
Yeah, when we were there that day, because we kind of crashed their tent.
Nah, you weren't crashing their tent, but I know what you mean, like you were there. It's funny because some of my other friends were there.
Because we were at another tent, and we were leaving, and we saw them, and we just walked over there and went in and started partying and with them, and they served us food. And
my family loves to party.
They were dope.
We love to eat. Love to eat.
They had some really
We know how to get
food.
down,
What's the name of the cooking team?
Oh, the cooking team,
I'm
not
sure.
The
tailgate?
Her tailgating is called... man, she's gonna kill me for this one. I don't remember.
Is it like Twisted Toro or something like that?
Yes.
I don't know how I remember that. But.
Yeah, and I think the cook-off team is something Pony.
No, that I don't remember. I was thinking of the one I just said, the Twisted Toros or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they followed us on Instagram, and she told me, she was like, y'all should come to one, whenever we're at NRG, doing the Texans game. I said, say when, and we're there.
Watch, we gotta take TDM Talk out there because it's a whole good time. Yeah, it's a whole good time. But what else have you been up to?
Just grinding, trying to get this up and running. This is our second episode together, and just kind of trying to get people used to seeing us together.
Yes.
I know they've seen us in the past, whether it was on the Hype. Shout out to J Bass.
Hey, J Bass.
Or on even on TDM Talk. I think. The first time I interviewed you was at the Ride with My Dogs, that car and dog show last year.
That was cool. I just was winging it too. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Man, any opportunity I get to promote my business, I'm for it.
Yeah.
I always preach it to my kids. Whenever opportunity presents itself, take up on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Take up on it, because then you're gonna have regrets not taking up on it.
I'd rather live with knowing that I took a chance and failed than live with that regret part. Like, damn, I wish I had done it. Because then you're like, you can't go back and get that now.
Yeah, because then you end up beating yourself up over it. Then it just kind of like becomes a domino effect after that.
Yeah, yeah.
And man, that's a real thing, right?
Yeah. And what about you? What you been up? What's been up?
Man, I just been working ever since the freaking storm. My job has made me work 10-hour days.
Every day.
Every day, besides the weekends, we work 4 hours throughout the weekend, but still every day, you know what I mean? Then I'm still, still doing my side hustles here and there. So I'm not complaining because at one point I didn't have no job. You know what I mean? So now it's just like, you know what? It's grind time.
Yeah,
I've
no
had
doubt.
my fun before.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, sometimes you go through that season where it's work, and then when the side hustle is also there, you're like, damn, I gotta, I can't.
Yeah, you can't sleep on the money.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I saw someone, I think, I don't know if it was on your TikTok or somewhere, but it was like, money don't sleep. You got to go out there and get it, you know. And I was like, yeah, that's true.
Yes. Because you really are just sleeping. Like, if you know you're able to physically and, you know what I mean, and to do it and you're not taking up on the opportunity. Now, I'm not saying all opportunities are good opportunities.
No,
Obviously, like, weed them out. But for the most part, like, man, if you're really sleeping on some money, then you can't cry that you're broke.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So, and I have 3 human beings to take care of. So, yeah.
No, I hear you.
I can't sleep. No, I get that. But so what's up? You want to talk about hot topics?
Yeah, let's jump into that.
Okay. So we were talking about Joe Biden. So last week we were talking about Trump, right? So this week is Joe Biden. Oh, and I don't even watch the news, but this is all over Instagram and stuff.
It's like a never-ending soap opera because it's like
really
Trump gets shot and then he's doing the fist pump, like going crazy, and then a week later Joe Biden's like, I'm not running, for a second term. And it's like, dog, what's really going on? It's like we're really watching like some kind of reality show, and
it's ghetto. It's
ghetto.
So ghetto because it's like if you were in another country and you're looking at what's going on in America, it's like, what's going on? We're supposed to be elite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're supposed to be like one of the greatest countries to ever exist, basically,
It's literally like a soap opera, like a reality TV show. It seems like you're off the island,
yeah. No, really.
Yeah, because it's like, man, Joe Biden, like you just, and again, I'm neither, Joe Biden or anything. I'm just saying, like, damn, dude just said he wasn't gonna run again. But in a way, I watch him talk, and I'm like, man, something really wrong with that dude.
Really.
Like, he don't really need to be the president of the United States.
No, for real. Yeah, and I used to think in the very beginning, like it was just the media catching him at his worst times. But then when some things would pop, I'd be like, what is going on with him? Like he really did like kind of looked like he wasn't comprehending about what was going on where he was at. You know what I mean? Like he had no real, I can't think of the word
like
right
his
now.
snap, like he didn't have his snap. I don't know. That's kind of what we be saying. Like, man, you ain't got your snap. You just all over the place.
Exactly.
What y'all think about that, man? The whole Trump and Biden situation. We try not to, really discuss politics. We're just talking about that specific incident.
Because it's one of the hot topics right now on Instagram and on
everywhere.
On news.
Like you said,
raw news.
You turn on the news, they're talking about Joe Biden, Trump, Kamala Harris. Is it Kamala or Kamala? I don't.
Yeah.
Look, whatever.
What happened with her?
Well, she's I think kind of taking it. Well, she's gonna run for president now.
Oh.
And that was his vice president. So.
What do y'all think about 2 female presidents? Because you got one in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And then what if United States gets one?
Man, that'll be crazy. Women
we're gonna rule the world.
Hey, that song would be for real. Like women rule the world.
No,
like
really.
it'd be a female president. I wonder who else has a female president.
Yeah.
What other countries might, what I'm saying, like have one, and what that would be like.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Really would. But yeah, I don't really get into politics too much, but I mean, it's kind of ignorant not to, kind of not know or want to know about what's going to happen in our future, especially if you're raising kids, especially if you're a working person. Yep. You want to make sure your money's going to be good, your finances, like, because it's been real hard lately.
It's been
really hard
with
lately.
The whole politics thing. I was told that we should be more concerned with like the local area, like first with our officials, like in our counties, in our cities, in the state. You know, we have Greg Abbott. Is he still the governor?
That's how you can tell we don't really
Nah,
like
look,
follow
seriously, you
politics. I
know,
know it makes us so bad because we're gonna get some
I feel so
comments on there.
unresponsible. They're like, golly, why are they
Yes.
even talking about this? They don't even know
No,
who's
for
who.
real.
I know he's the guy in the wheelchair.
He's not even in a wheelchair, is he?
Yeah,
Abbott?
yeah.
No, no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Who are you thinking of?
I don't even know. Okay, this is horrible.
Okay, we go.
Right,
Might
next
have to move on to the
topic.
next next
Yes.
topic. The shooting, right?
Yeah, the shooting.
Yeah, this crazy with the
What was her name?
Sonya Massey, man. R.I.P. Sonya Massey. You know, for those that don't know, this lady apparently called the police because she thought somebody was in her yard. Until the cops get there, and then they have it all on and I'll bring that up in a minute. But they had the body cam on, and they were like, nobody's out here, you know.
Yeah.
So,
well, it was a shooting on her window, wasn't it? Because wasn't her window shattered?
of the vehicle,
Yeah.
there was a vehicle, but she said it wasn't her vehicle. So they were like, well, why is it out here? He's like, she said they came and parked it out here. So they were like, why? They're like, okay, call it in. So they called it in, and then somehow she let them come in. They're like, look, we just need your ID and we'll get out of here so we can make the report, you know, whatever. So she was looking. Now, she did look like, she sounded like she was a little off because she kept saying she was looking for some paper. And he was like, no, I just need your ID, license, whatever.
It kind of makes you nervous as an officer. Like, you're in someone's house, right? And I'm not giving no excuse, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're in someone's house, you're reporting something, and for her to be moving around, I can understand, you know, like why he would be like, hey, trying to rush her. But what happened to her was totally unacceptable. And I'm glad he's being charged for it because there was some distance between them two.
Yeah,
they weren't big close. Difference.
And then hearing him say, I'll shoot you in the fucking face was crazy. Like, man, what actual harm was she gonna cause you that you had to say that and point your gun at her? But I'll admit, and some of the guys that when we first started TDM, we were doing a photo shoot right off of right there. There's like a bridge on 45 between I think it's on Quitman and 45.
Yeah,
we were doing a photo shoot, and the videos are on our YouTube page actually.
Hey.
But we saw a cop ride by us, HPD, right? Rides by, and I remember telling the guys he's gonna, and I think it's in the video. You can hear me say he's gonna come back. So I cut the camera off. Sure enough, he made a U-turn, came back. As he walked up on us, he came at us with his gun, drawn.
And all y'all guys were doing was filming.
We had a photographer. He was taking pictures, and it was a group of us. Wow. Yeah, but I mean, obviously we were posing for pictures and whatnot.
But why did you feel like he was going to come back around? Like, what gave you that vibe? What were y'all guys weren't, I mean, honestly.
We weren't doing anything. We weren't even smoking. We weren't doing anything other than taking pictures. But as a... you know, as a Hispanic male growing up in the hood, like, I felt like cops just looked at us like we were gang members. And that's what he told us. He said,
that's what he told y'all?
Yeah, he said, you guys are with that Houston gang, huh? And we're like, nah, bro, we're just, these are my artists. We're taking, you know, pictures. Yeah. And the dude had his gun. He was like scared. You know, you could see that he was scared. And that's a scary situation because you never know one wrong move and you could get shot. Just like in this case with, you know, Sonya Massey. She had that pot of water that was hot. She was like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And
because that was random because here she is talking to him like, you know, like, hey, yes, I'm looking for something. And then she was trying to turn off the pot. And then next thing you know she was trying to throw something at him. So it was like,
and dude shot her in the face.
Yeah. And then her poor father having to like see that, you know. Like, when you lose a child, I can only imagine the devastation. But, like, having that on someone's camera that was on his body, you know what I mean? Like, how devastating.
It's scary that someone would do that knowing that you have a camera on you and it's recording and you still did it. Like, the dude, I think he got fired and
oh, he's getting
and he's charged with murder.
Three counts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 3 counts.
I just, on actually... not too long after, on my way, you know, here, I saw a video of that officer saying, well, not of him, but they were saying how he worked for like 5 different other police departments in the past, and he's had like, a past as not being like a good cop. So it's
Oh
kind of
wow.
like why was he even hired in the first place?
Yeah, like man, that's scary though. That's scary right there to think like why was he hired in the first place? But I wonder if it was because he got fired at other. Did they say he got
See,
fired?
that's what we don't know. Like, did he
Because
get
the
fired?
media tries to hype it up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
More.
They're gonna paint whatever narrative that they want to paint about either or.
Yeah.
Like even with her, I'm sure they're gonna make it seem like she was. Someone's gonna say, "Well, she shouldn't have." Man, she did nothing that warranted her being shot in the face. I'm gonna
I
say that.
mean, he had a partner too, so I wonder if the
Yeah.
partner is getting any kind of like, heat from it too, because it's like, what precautions did you take to make sure that your partner wouldn't do something crazy like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. There's a lot of questions for sure, but man, may she rest in peace because nobody deserves to die like that. They did
No.
say that she had some type of mental illness.
Yeah.
I think in a way everybody kind of has like some type of mental issues, I guess you could say, because we all deal with emotions and feelings and how life really comes at us in a
Yeah.
certain way. So, I mean, we all go through mental things, right? But then some people, you know, um, some people have it worse than others, Some people don't know how to deal with those emotions because they were taught to compress them, not talk about them, or don't even know what they're really feeling and no one to really talk to about it.
Nah, that's so true. That's
Yeah.
why I bring up what happened to me because when I was younger, now that I'm older, I don't really think like that anymore
Yeah.
that much. But I've had plenty of instances, run-ins with cops where I know I didn't do anything, and I was at my homeboy's house one day, and I was leaving his house going to my house. It was that night, and I'm leaving. Him and his brother. We were out there playing basketball, and I'm like walking home, next block over, and we start throwing rocks at each other, right? And he's throwing them at me, so I take off running across the street to avoid getting hit.
Yeah.
It just so happens a cop car just drives by on the next block. They somehow did a beeline to where I was at, came out, and pretty much jacked me up. It was like they thought I
Wow.
was running from them. They saw me
Wow.
running, they thought I was running from them. So they started to search me, and what went through
How
my mind was
scary.
like, man, are they gonna plant something on me, and take me to jail?
Yeah.
Cause
You watch a lot of movies.
yeah, you watch a lot of
No,
movies.
but that's real.
Yeah.
That could really happen. And you have no control. Like for instance, that movie, Four of Us or All of Us, I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
With
seen it
who?
on Netflix?
No.
It was based on a true story about four boys in New York. They got falsely accused for raping this lady in a park.
Damn.
And yeah, so the cops, like, they were interrogating these kids
Yeah.
and pretty much pinning it on them. And man, the kids
Wow.
served years and years and years. And one of them got really abused in there. It's based on a true story. Well, long story short, they end up, finding him not guilty for it. I think they just kind of like tried to appeal it and looked into the story more. I
Yeah.
think the guy came forward
And said,
and basically told on himself.
damn.
Yeah, so then the guy, because one of the guys ended up staying there in prison because he kept on getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And so that guy ended up getting bucos of money from it because he got money back, from serving all that time that he was falsely accused for.
Man. That's why I believe when people say, and I'm not saying everybody in prison is innocent,
Yeah.
because people say that all the time. Why I
Yeah.
didn't do it, but I believe there are a lot of people that are currently incarcerated that actually didn't do it.
Yeah.
They were framed for it, or maybe they took the charge
Yeah.
for somebody else. It happens. It's real life, and it's sad, honestly.
A lot of people are actually, like, guys and females, they get locked up over relationships.
Yeah.
People go crazy. People temporarily go crazy.
I know this wasn't like on the thing to talk about, but now that you actually mentioned that, we watched the I don't know if you heard of this thing. It actually is executive produced by 50 Cent. It's called TikTok Star Murder.
Oh no.
Or Murder or some Murders or something like that. And
Oh,
we just saw it's on
wow.
Peacock. It's like an hour and a half long, and it's about a dude that was like real popular on TikTok. He did like these Tony Montana, Scarface impressions, and and I forget John Wick. I think something else. He was really good and real funny. He grew a big following, went viral, and he met a girl from the Philippines, and they got married, had a kid, and he was abusing her like big time, and he was recording it.
Wow.
He would like they played the videos on the air. He sometimes he'd go on TikTok and she'd be sitting like right here, and he'd be like, "Look at this bitch.
Wow.
She's cheating on me and this and this and that." And it would trip me out because I'm thinking like, bro, not that it's okay to do that at all,
No.
but why would you film yourself doing like why would you incriminate
Right.
yourself doing that? Like, what do you get out of that? That's crazy.
They think they're invincible.
So, long story short, he ends up killing her. He ends up planting like an iPad or something like in her apartment and left, and he could listen somehow from where he was at.
That's creepy.
So when she got back to the apartment with a guy friend, he came over there and killed them both.
Damn.
Yeah, and he just had his trial like this year, like in May.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was looking it up, like, man, how long ago was this? Because
Yeah.
I think the shooting and all that happened like 3-4 years ago. But yeah, so I thought that was weird because that was a lot of things. You know, it was a relationship thing. You know, he was abusing her, and then that made me think I got daughters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's scary.
That is. I mean, even with my sons, you know,
Yeah.
I tell them like, hey, your girlfriend ever walks away, she's throwing the scene, don't go grabbing her arm because then you never know. You know what I mean? Like, girls are crazy too. You know what I mean? It's just people in general, like, man.
I think it's important that we do that. We got to educate like our kids on that kind of thing.
No,
I hate
really.
it. It's sad that we have to do that, but it's like, you know.
No, yeah, you gotta let them know, hey, the world is not pretty. Even the person that you could love the most can turn on you.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into, you know, what we were, you know, our main topic of the, you know, mental health aspect of it, because people do suffer from mental health issues a lot.
Yes.
You know.
And, you know, growing up, like in Hispanic family, you know, our grandmas, moms, tias, like, you know, they call you, you know, name like gorda or, you know, flaco or whatever it may be, right? And like to some people, you know, some people take the way, you know, their body looks.
Or pendejo.
Yeah, pendejo. Or, you know, like chingue su padre or whatever it may be. Like, now, Mexicans are ruthless. The Hispanics are ruthless. Like, yeah, you ever think you could clown on one of us? Nah, our grandma already did it.
Most of us have tough skin because, you know, back then it was like, you know, pinche cabrón, you know, or you're being a pendejo, you know, and it's like, whoa, like, what did I do for you to call?
Yeah, no, really. But yeah, it's like, and then we were never taught about like mental issues. So like a lot of people suffer with anxiety, and some people think it's because they have a lot of things to do. It's like, oh, I got so much to do. And it's like, no, you're really like overthinking it and you're giving yourself anxiety. And like whenever I tell my mom like, yo, I think you got anxiety, like chill, and she'd be like, that's just made up. I'm like, no, Mom, it's not. Like, it's a real thing.
You know, me and my boys would talk about that a lot, like, because I remember growing up, I never heard of anxiety, ADHD, ADD, or bipolar. I never heard of none of that stuff growing up.
What about depression?
Not even depression.
No?
I don't really remember anybody, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm depressed" or whatever. But
I think people are probably more embarrassed about talking about that.
It's more open. You can talk about it more, but a lot of people still don't. There's a lot of adults out there, man. And if you're suffering depression or any of that kind of stuff, man, you know, feel free to call someone. I mean, hell, if you know me, or you know, you can call me and talk to me if you need to. You know, I'm not saying we're therapists or anything like that, but if you need, a lot of times I think it's just them needing to vent as well about what they're going through, and sometimes that helps.
Yeah, it's real important for people to be heard and for people to listen.
Yeah.
You know, well, to be heard and to talk about it. Let me say it like that. Yes, to be heard and to talk about it, because not everybody gets the opportunity, and that's where things kind of like take a toll on people's mental health.
Yeah.
It's not having a person to talk to.
Correct.
But man, there's all kinds of ways to
Yeah.
express what you're going through or to deal with what you're going through. You know, everybody deals with some really tough stuff, you know, throughout life. Life is not easy at all. You know, you can be thinking you're going on a straight path and boom, all these obstacles will come, you know, towards you, and you don't know how to deal with it because it's the first time you're dealing with it.
That's
And
true.
yeah, you don't have the family, you don't have the support. A lot of people don't have the support. That's what it
And
is.
they don't even teach that like in schools. At least that
No.
I know when I went to school a long time ago, they didn't, teach you how to deal with that kind of stuff.
No.
Matter of fact, I don't even really remember them even discussing any of this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So now as an adult, it's like, damn, how do you deal with it? Because I never even heard of this kind of stuff. Like, and
Yeah.
then you hear other people say, well, I think I'm depressed or I got anxiety or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's like, well, do you really, or you just here because everybody says that and you think
Yeah.
that's what you have as well? So it's a lot of factors that
Yeah.
play into that.
Exactly. Yeah. Definitely a lot of people do play like the victim,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and people, it's okay to feel like you're a victim in the situation, not saying your feelings do not matter, because they do matter. You know, your feelings
Mm-hmm.
do matter, and it's okay to feel what you're going through. But I'm more of a solution kind of person, right? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, okay, yes, deal with your feelings, feel what you're feeling, but tomorrow you can't cry about it. That's just how I am. Not everybody's like that,
Yeah.
and I get it. But it's like, make sure you're taking the steps that you need to take to be better, because the goal is to be happy. We're all on this journey together in some type of way.
I
So,
know for like men in specific,
mm-hmm.
being a man, like it's almost like we can't talk about mental health. I can't tell my homeboy, hey, bro, I think I'm, you know, bipolar or I think
Mm-hmm.
something wrong with me or I'm depressed because you get made fun of. Like, man, shut your bitch ass up and man up
Yeah.
or toughen up. Kind of, thing because
Yeah.
in essence, like as a man, we're not supposed to cry. We're not supposed to have feelings. We're not
Yeah.
supposed to feel because it's like a sign of weakness. But
Yeah.
I think I think as men, if we opened up more to each other, I think
Yeah.
that would definitely help. But you got to find also other guys um, who are mature enough to have those discussions with,
That part.
because the
Yes.
guys that do say that, oh man, you weak. Because I ain't gonna lie, I used to think like that.
Yeah.
When they would tell me, oh man, I think he's having a anxiety attack or a panic attack or whatever, and I used to be like, man, what is that shit? I don't
Yeah.
believe in that. Like you said, like
Yeah.
grandma would say, cállate con eso, like that
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Um, it's really out there because we see people just doing some wild shit out there, and you be like, man, there's no way that they're in their right mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And it makes you, you know, whenever the media paints you out, right, they're going to make you to be this monster, you know, pick out the worst times that you ever had, interview that one high school person that you accidentally tripped in the hallway, you know?
Yeah,
Like they're going to pick the worst of the worst, and it's like, man, just make sure you know you're just a decent human being. But as far as going back to what you were saying, like you guys, right? I mean, do you now have like a good circle of guys that you can actually like talk to if you need to? Because I know you have your wife, that's for sure. But
yeah, because she's definitely the one that has seen me at my most vulnerable
yeah,
time. Like she'll know,
of
like
course, yeah,
she'll be like, yeah, like, because I've gotten open to where I can discuss those things and not really
good.
feel like, you know,
I'm
like a
glad that you
bitch, so to
can.
speak.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got a couple of friends and it's crazy because it's people that are in the entertainment that I've met in the last couple of years that I've gotten really just close to just because
yeah,
they really just solid individuals, so I can really
mhm,
just be able to chop it up with them and discuss things because
yeah,
they'll be like that with me as well. They
that's
open up
good.
to me, and I'll be all for it. Like, man, hey, you
Yeah,
call, and they'll literally tell me, man, like, hey man, call me whenever, man, call me if you need
that's
anything,
dope.
and I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
you
dope.
definitely need that. You need friends like that. I tell my friends all the time, like, you know, like some of my friends, along with me, right? Like the whole being single and like going through all these like relationship, not relationship, but like dating, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dating these people out here, they're wild. It's a wild world out here. No, but
That'll be for another episode. We don't get into the dating scene. She'll talk to us about that.
Yes, but no, it's a wild world out here. So, sometimes I guess the girls, they'll feel like, you know what, as long as this guy is keeping it consistent, it's okay for him to do some foul ass shit, even though they know it's not good for them. It's not good for their mental health. But what I say, because I don't want my friends to ever feel, and this is what I tell them, I don't want y'all guys to ever feel like you can't talk to me, because that's the last thing I want. I don't want you to feel like I'm ever going to judge you. You don't have an outlet, because people need an outlet.
Yeah.
People do need an outlet. And sometimes, people, a lot of people run to like, God or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But some people don't, and they don't know how to express that. So they need a human being to actually interact with them to get those instant answers.
On that TikTok thing that I saw, TikTok star murder, one of the friends, and this is after she had passed, but like towards the end of the episode, when they're reminiscing about her friend, and they were like, she was saying, I wish I could have done more. Like, I wish I could have really just, done more. But I mean, if you're out there and someone is really going through it, and that, man, their life may or is in danger, like, man, step in and do something, or let someone know, because the last thing we want is for somebody to die because they didn't really have an outlet, or someone to cry or vent to, or anywhere to go to, because that's the last thing we'd like to hear. And unfortunately, it happens. And I think it happens way too much, man. Like, and when it can be prevented, at least I think.
I mean, sometimes it can be prevented, right? If a person has their mind made up, there's nothing you can do. I've had some, people close to me that have chose that route, and I felt that way too. Like, man, maybe if I would have responded, I take forever to respond. I really do. But like, like maybe if I would have responded, or maybe if I would have invited them to go out to eat, maybe, and it's like, you deal with that too. Like, nobody talks about how other people grieve after something like that happens, because then you start feeling like what you said, right? But man, it's just the smallest gestures. Like, a lot of people don't even have somebody to tell them good morning, or hello, how are you, or anything. So even if you are like even grocery shopping one day, like if someone's over there pushing in all the buggies, just say hi to them, because you never know what kind of day they're having.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm very like people person friendly. My wife's like, you're really friendly. Most of my kids are like that too.
Yeah.
We'll be at the grocery store or wherever, in line scanning,
Yeah.
And I always talk to them. I always make a conversation with them. And one thing that I like to do that makes them laugh, I'll tell them, like, if we have a lot of items, I'll be like, you ain't got to scan everything, right? You can kind of skip them, and they'll laugh, But again, it's one of those where, like, man, you never know what kind of day they're having. Yeah. Sometimes it could be a busy ass day, and they're probably having a shitty day.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going slow, and everybody else is going through checkout, no issues, and they're having all the issues. And so something like that could really just kind of brighten their day up. And you just never know. I mean, it doesn't hurt to be friendly, like to say hi or to ask them how they're doing.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't have that. Yeah. My twin sons are 17. One of them works at HEB. Well, both of them work at HEB now.
Okay.
So my other son that cuts hair, he wanted to get a second job. 17, 2 jobs. This boy's crazy.
Hustle like his mama.
Like his mama, yes. But no, he's a barber. He's a really good barber. And so I tell both of them, because they're both in an opportunity where they interact with people. Javian, the one that cuts hair, he has the opportunity to like literally change people's perspective about themselves. Like, from raggedy, ran down to like nice fade, looking good. You know what I mean? And I tell them, like, yo, you know what? It's going to continue getting your customers. It ain't about like how nice your fade is, because, they could probably find 1 or 2 people out there that can fade up really good. But it's your vibe.
Yeah.
People are going to want to keep coming back because of your vibe.
Yeah.
And man, my son can make a conversation out of anything, and he's not like an over talker. He likes to listen, and he'll interact with that.
That's good.
Yeah. Same thing with my son that works at HEB. He's very friendly, very respectful, and he likes to like make that small talk with people. Like, I hope you have a good day. You know, he's a cashier. He's very sweet, and he's always getting tipped. And he'd be like, "Ma, all the old ladies be trying to holler at me," and I'm like, "Shut up."
The cougars, man. Like my boy
Yes.
Two-Tone be saying, he be,
Man.
nah, like, not everybody has like those people skills to be able to
Yeah.
just spark a conversation with someone. But if you do use it, that's a gift,
Yeah.
honestly, because
It really is, because a lot of people are not social.
at all.
Yeah, they're not.
So
They're
you gotta
socially
be that.
awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta
especially
be that
after
for
the
them.
pandemic. You know.
Oh yeah, everybody's like, no,
Yeah,
hey,
the
listen.
younger generation, like, they don't interact. Like, they think it's weird to interact.
Well, that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I also kind of blame social media too, because that's how they
Yeah.
interact. That's their type of.
Yeah.
Although it's not physical, it's they feel like, you know. I'm sure we all got that one person that we never really met or don't really know, but we really
Yeah.
cool online. You know, we chop, they
Yes.
send you memes. You know, hey, it's like. So we have a group chat on Instagram, you know, with the vendor, you know, the one
Yeah.
we're in with all the vendors, you know, that's why, you know, most days I go in there, you know, whenever and be like, hey, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Just something,
dope,
just to kind
though.
of, you let them know, like, hey, you know, I am thinking about y'all. And it ain't always just business. It ain't like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, sign up for this event.
Yeah.
You know, by the way, I gotta, you know, embrace
Yeah.
the culture. No,
No, really, embrace the culture.
but
No,
yeah,
that too. I feel that way too, because I don't. You know, I think people think that whenever I do host events, like, they're good turnouts, they love the vibe.
yeah.
But it's like, I want to go the extra mile and say good morning and like that. So I love that you created that, because it also gives everybody else a platform to like give a shout out, hey, interact, whatever it may
I
be.
love how some of them have opened up and tell us, like,
Yeah.
so to speak, their business, you know, because they
Yeah.
don't really sometimes some of the things I see on there, I'm thinking like, man, you know, they didn't even have to tell us that. They could just keep it to themselves. But people are
It's
open,
dope.
and that lets you know that because to me, it's all about like, to be successful in business or in anything, it's a relationship.
Yeah.
It's about who you know, and you never know.
Yeah. You never know.
Never know what.
Yeah.
What someone you might think, oh man, they're really nobody. Like, man, that person might be somebody one day, and then you
Yeah.
treated them like crap. So guess what? You
That
know,
part. Yes, I know. Shout out to all my haters back in the days. And now you watching. I was kidding.
now you watching. Back then they didn't want
Y'all
it.
make
Now.
sure y'all subscribe though.
Yeah,
If
hit
not,
that-
you just a grown hater. And
Yep, exactly. If you don't
I'm
subscribe,
kidding. I
you're
don't have no
a hater.
haters.
What did have you ever seen Talladega Nights with Will Ferrell and where he would play the race car driver, and he's doing the commercial, and he's doing a commercial for Big Red, the gum, and he's like, if you don't, I think he says, if you don't like Big Red, then fuck you. You know what I mean? My bad.
And that's the tactic we need to go at.
Yeah, we just gonna be bold with it. If you don't subscribe, then you. Nah, I'm
Nah.
not. I'm trying not to curse. That's my
Nah,
fault.
we can be cool regardless.
Trying to be professional, but we cool, man. If y'all know us, y'all know we're just cool, man. Cause like,
Yeah.
I think when we did Summer Jam at right up there, not too far from here at the Food Zone, Grand Texas. Shout out to Vic and Maryland at Chicken Heads. You know,
dope
really
people.
good people. You know, we went and I one of the things I tend to do in my events is go to every vendor as they set up and just and even if I don't know them, because that day a lot of people came that I didn't know, that I hadn't personally met yet.
Yeah.
So I went over there and introduced myself. Hey, I'm David. I'm the organizer, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, man, if y'all need anything, let me know, because I just try to just keep it. You know, like, hey, you can come to me, and I don't have like a middle person that
Yeah.
you know, just come to me directly, and
That's
I, you know,
dope.
whatever. So
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah, it doesn't hurt to it doesn't hurt or take much to be nice, be kind to people, like
Yeah.
you know. And I know, because in school I was a bit of an asshole, like bully. Like I can tell you names of people that I've messed with and bullied, like verbally, and
David.
to this day, like it in the back of my mind, like I hate it, because I'm like, damn, I
Yeah.
really treated that kid like shit, you know.
Make sure you apologize to them.
I'm sorry. Like I really am.
No.
Like I you know, the list is too long to name, you know, but
Nobody is perfect though, you know what I mean? Like, and it just all has to deal with your upbringing, what you're going through. And I get it. Like, that is not give you excuse, but at the
No.
same time, it's like, that's what I be telling my kids, you know. I tell them not to take shit so personal. Like, yo, you don't know what that kind of what kind of day that person was having, how they're, you know. My son tells me little things. I'm like, you don't even know what goes on in his life. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's 'cause,
not
like,
saying that your life is shitty or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day. You know, you're probably dealing with some kind of frustration.
Because I dealt with my share of being verbally abused. Or,
Yeah.
you know, back then we called it, we didn't call it roasting. Now they call it, I don't know what they call it now.
Clowning.
Clowning, roasting, playing the dozens, whatever, you know, like it was either you learn to make fun of somebody, you know, and talk back, really talk shit back, or basically you was gonna get, you know, that people were just gonna talk shit to you.
Yeah.
And eventually, growing up in the hood, I mean, everybody pretty much talk shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
like,
yeah. Everybody. Your mama this. Your mama
yeah,
that.
yeah. It started with the yo mama
Yeah,
jokes. You
yo
know, do you got a
mama.
good one?
On your mama?
Yeah.
I remember I had heard this one. It was like, nah, never mind. I don't even know it. Yeah, it was something about like your mama's so big when she passed by the TV, like it already changed movies, or I don't know, something corny like that. I don't know. Let me hear yours.
If y'all got any good yo mama jokes, man, let us know.
Yeah,
I know
here too on TikTok.
Yeah, I know one was like, your mama's so fat, they told her it was chilly outside and she went and grabbed a bowl and a spoon.
Damn.
I was like, damn, my mama wanted to eat. That's how fat she was. She was ready to go eat some chili.
She was down. She said, where?
She said, where? I got some cornbread.
I got some cornbread. I got these crackers.
Oh man,
some Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah, that was a fun era. The yo mama. Do they still do that? I don't know.
Yeah, they
really
do. They do. I remember one time my son got big mad because some kid was talking shit about his mama, and he's like, "He ain't gonna be talking mess about you." I was like, "Boy, shut up."
Yeah. Like, boy, toughen up and
like,
come
who
back
cares?
with something.
Like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, let him talk all his shit. Am I like that? Do I look like that? He's like, no. I said, well, then forget about it.
Exactly.
His mama's probably ugly and old. And
he's probably describing his mama. He talking about me.
You want me to pull up and show him who your mama is?
Yeah, I'll pull up, get all dressed up and show up.
Man, hey, one time, I'm not proud of it, but let me tell you, don't mess with my kids. Like, don't mess with them. But I remember one time, one of my sons, like girlfriend or whatever, I guess she wouldn't give him back some sweaters or something. I don't know. I was like, man, tell me right now. I'll go pull up over there. I look like one of y'all because I'm so short. You know what I mean? And whenever I get my hair done, I look younger.
Like, who
I
are
drop
you, man?
a year or two.
I'm a senior. I'm a senior. I go here.
Yes.
Nah, but yeah, we you know, we done went through it. You know, so that's why when we sometimes like. There's times where I wish my kids had that snap about them, like where they can learn to talk shit back. But,
yeah.
Well, actually, I'm lying because my two little ones, they're some savage.
Yeah.
With,
I like how your son's like, yeah, in the background.
Yeah, I started there. I was like, nah, them two little ones, they on a different level, man. They're so disrespectful sometimes. Like, he tells me I'm not his real dad sometimes. When he's mad at me, he's like, you're not my real dad. And I'm like, bro. And then
and then you'd be like, you want to tell me something?
I was like, hello? What's going on? What did I miss?
Why is he even coming up with this? Who told him? And
yeah, how does he know this?
No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
He said,
that is funny, though.
And then what's crazy is he blurts that out in front of people that don't really know. So they might think,
damn.
like, matter of fact, Trap Visions was at our house one day filming and he was leaving. And then my son was like, you're not my real dad. And Trap was like, what did he say? I said, never mind, bro. Just, hey, have a good night. You know, I'll see you later. Like, don't worry about that.
He always says
this. Yeah, that's him, man. He's wild. But
oh my goodness.
Anyway,
do you ever get your feelings hurt over it though? Because I would get my feelings hurt, but I'm a female, so I don't know.
Nah, I'm used to the verbal abuse by now. I'm like, damn. I just, you know, but he does say sometimes some of the most hurtful things, and it's like, damn,
my young one's ruthless like that too.
Yeah. You got that mouth, huh?
Yeah, it's always the young ones. Like, man, I'm telling you.
I'll tell you what's funny. My mom said, yeah, that's how you were when you were that age. I was
I hate that. So. I know sometimes I'll be getting like you know, a little, whenever my sons get a little sassy, I'd be like, not you acting like me. Not you acting like me. Or,
so sometimes I look at him and I'm like, bro, I can't believe I was this annoying when I was little because this little dude here is...
Like, nah, I was too cool.
Yeah, nah.
You little dude.
my dad and my mom used to tell me, I don't know if you ever... you're like young, like really young, so I don't know if you know about this show.
I'm not really young.
It's called
Excuse
Oh my
me.
God, what is it? A Sanford and Son. Have you ever heard of
Oh,
that
hell
show?
yeah. I used to watch
With
that
Red
show.
Fox, the
Yeah.
comedian,
I
you
didn't have
know.
cable growing up, so I definitely was watching all that.
Yeah, so Red.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, yep, yep. Elizabeth, I think is the big one.
Yes, yes. I'm coming
He
to
used to
you.
go around telling people, "You big dummy."
Yes.
So as a kid, my dad and mom would tell me that I would tell other adults that I didn't know, that I would just walk up to them and say that to them, and
Did you
I'm
used to say
like,
dynamite too?
no,
That's
no.
another show.
Well, I did, but I was older by then. I knew, yeah,
Yeah.
good times, man. I grew up watching all them
Yeah,
shows,
me
man.
too. JJ.
Yeah,
Dynamite.
Dynamite. He's always talking about
Yes.
eating a Big Mac. He took all his dates to McDonald's, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool though. But yeah, Big Dummy, that's crazy.
yeah. So I was like, I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
So but I see where my son gets it from now. I don't know
Yeah.
why I act shocked.
I don't condone it.
I'm not.
Don't think it's funny.
That'd be the see. Okay, that'd be the problem, right? Like I be
Yeah.
wanting to correct him, but man, the
But
shit be
I
so
get
funny.
it.
You're
I
like,
get it.
I'll have to laugh, turn around and laugh, and my wife will be turning around laughing. I'm like, don't laugh, because now I'm laughing too, you
Yeah.
know.
You're like, you're not supposed to be like this.
And
Don't
now he
laugh at
thinks
it.
he's a comedian, you know. So he ain't but 6 years old.
He ain't nothing but a 6-year-old. Oh my goodness. Can
Man,
you imagine when he becomes a teen though?
man,
That's whenever it's really like not funny no more.
I'm gonna have to get him in some boxing lessons. He ain't gonna have to fight. He gonna keep him mouth like that. You gonna have to learn how to fight, because
Nah.
people are gonna trust me. I know, because people wanted to fight me because of how bad I would verbally abuse someone. You know, with the rank. Oh, ranking. That's what we used to call it. Ranking. Oh, he ranked on you. You know, that's what we used to call it.
I
Ranking
never heard
on you.
about that. Right?
Yeah, ranking, roasting, all this is the same stuff.
I used to get into a lot of fights, but it was like I've always been big on respect. So you're gonna watch how you talk to me. You're gonna watch your tone. But I was like to the fullest back in the day. Like what you say? You know what I mean? Like
You
type
want to
shit.
see his arm wrestle right now?
Nah, come on.
Nah.
No, I look like Big Swole right now. I need to go get my little workout in.
She gonna do like 20 push-ups right now, real quick.
I got
and
big back right now.
Nah, that's funny.
Yes.
Where did that come from? The big back? I've
back.
heard that a lot. Like people say that, like that's big back activity.
Yeah.
And they'll post like a bunch of food.
Food. I mean, if you think about it though, like your back gets wide. You know
So if you
what
got
I
a
mean?
big back, show us your back. Nah,
No, that's wild.
That's yeah.
Big back's gone wild.
Yeah, that's our next segment.
Right? You want to do an event like that?
Big
Have some
back on.
Cadillacs pulling up and
that'll
doing
be
some
funny.
not water, doing a car wash
Doing
out
a car
there.
wash. Come get your
Big
car washed
bags.
by some big backs.
Yeah, big back's gone wild.
That'll be crazy.
Hey.
Nah, man.
I know one time I asked somebody, I'm like, do I look like a torta? They're like, no, you don't look
torta.
like No, you don't look like a torta. I'm like,
That's
okay.
another name that's funny as hell. Like, you know, they'll be doing interviews like on the street, and they're like, yeah, where are the tortas at? You know.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the tortas
No, for real.
you know. That's J Vaz's favorite. I
So-
doubt he watches this, but
Oh, what? Big back?
yeah.
Yeah. You better be watching it. But okay, so our main topic was mental health, right?
Yeah.
So let's ask some questions. Y'all guys here on YouTube, we want to interact with y'all. So make sure y'all guys drop us some questions on there. You know, what is mental health for you? Do you check on your mental health? Do you check on others' mental health?
How do you deal with it?
Yeah,
And how
give
do
us
you
some
deal with it?
tips. Yeah, give us some tips, because you never know. You can give the smallest little tip and it might relate to somebody. So definitely drop that gem on there.
Look, on the next episode, if you guys comment or DM us some questions or
Topics.
or just something in regards to the mental health, we'll read it on the next episode. Like, hey, look, we talked about mental health last week.
Yeah.
So and so said, you know, this is how they deal with it, because
Yeah.
you never know who's watching, who's reading the comments, and who it might help. So, you know, all it takes is to, you know, speak up
Yeah.
or type up.
Yeah, and type. Yeah. I mean, if you're not the type of person that likes to comment on, you know, posts and stuff, you shoot them a DM, you know what I mean? Or email them, or find a way to kind of get to us so we can get to the people.
Or if you know us personally and you have our numbers, you can maybe text us, you know, and tell us. Like, there's plenty of ways you guys can reach us. Like, we're not totally off the grid or anything crazy like that.
You can find us. We easy to find.
Yep. So on that note, y'all make sure and be real hot mom shit.
Real hot
coming
mom shit.
soon.
Real soon.
Y'all make sure and subscribe to the channel. The link is in the description. Hit the link.
Thank you.
Hit subscribe button. Don't bullshit.
Yes. I'm all booked out for August and September with Real Hot Mom shit. So if you want to be on Real Hot Mom shit, if you want to be on TDM Talk, man, shoot us a message. Let us know. We're always open to guests. We're always open to feedback, interaction. Yeah, we want TDM to get places. We want Real Hot Mom, real hot moms all over the world too. So definitely link in with us or tap in with us. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all of that good stuff. Link with us, tap in with us.
Yes, both of them.
We got some great things coming up, man. We're about the people, man. We're about the us interacting with you guys.
Yes.
Hopefully in the near future we'll be able to go live and be able to just kind of do the back and forth. You might be able to comment and we can see you comment and we'll answer the question live on the air. I think that'll be dope. But in the meantime, man, continue to subscribe. Send this episode if you feel that anything we said can help somebody else.
Yeah.
Send it to them. In the description, I'll even put the number to the suicide hotline in case anybody,
please.
God forbid, any of you guys are thinking about that. Call the number, give us a call, whatever. Just
know that there's help everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't make a crazy decision. Don't make a drastic decision. You know what I mean? Because even though you may be going through it, a lot of people, around you are going to grieve from it. And that's not easy. It's not easy. It's years and years and forever years of grieving.
Yeah, it's I've heard stories and it's just that never get over it, because everybody always wishes that they could have helped that person and we want to.
Or a lot of people just don't know. Everybody's in their own world and they don't know what is going on.
That's true.
So not everybody, can pick up on the signs, even though you think like, oh, I already dropped all the hints, they should know. A lot of people are so in their own head that they don't realize it. So don't assume that people know. Yeah. If you really ever feel like that, man, just let somebody know.
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed of it either, because everybody goes through things. Everybody goes through things.
Hey, we love and appreciate every one of you guys that watches this. Just know that we're not just saying that because we want you to subscribe, but also do subscribe, by the way, while you're at it. But, hey, we do love and appreciate everybody that watches and supports what we're doing, whether it's together or individually. We are working towards a common goal, basically, and working together. Like, she told me earlier today, and we've said this to each other. I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, I want to see you win. You tell me I want to see you win. And I'm the same way. So, I mean,
I want to see you make it. And that goes for anybody in my network, in my community, whoever I interact with. I genuinely mean it. Like, I want to see you win. So if, I see you posting your products, if I ever see you posting a TikTok, I'm going to reshare you. I'm going to love it. I'm going to heart it. I'm going to show that love because everybody to take that step forward to like do something, put yourself out there, that takes some huevos.
It does.
That takes some huevos. It's easy to chill back and kind of stay off the grid, but it takes more confidence, more huevos to like get out there.
Yep.
Yeah, and you may not succeed, but as long as you stay consistent, right, David?
Hey, consistency is a key, man.
90,000 views. Consistency, right there.
We went weeks, maybe even months where we didn't have anything we could post. Numbers were just dead, but once we got locked in and consistent with it, it's been a constant elevation, but
I love that for you.
You got to be able to go through the peaks and the valleys,
ride the waves.
Hey, it's gonna get bad some days, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You can't give up. So
I'm glad that you kept on going, though.
No, thank you. I mean, same with you, because I'm sure you've experienced some.
Oh yeah.
Times where maybe you wanted to quit and like, man, fuck this,
Selling salsa is not for the weak, guys. Because you get those faces like, no, I don't want to try. Like, okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Damn. We got to talk about that one episode. Like, I got some stories even about like our merchandise too. People acting like they want to buy and then make. Anyway. Again, man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Follow her. Follow me. All the links are in the description. We're on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Radio, Amazon.
We everywhere.
Basically everywhere.
That's dope.
So you can find us wherever. There's no excuse. Whatever you prefer. Again, thank you. And on that note, we are them damn Mexicans.
TDM talk.